Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. There we are. Alright, I've already done a little bit of analysis today. Just kind of quick look at the charts. I was eyeing up this pre-market, nice little IFEG long here, but off this sell side sweep. But obviously, I was still bearish, and we're clearly trapped in this trend. So it would have been like a nice 1R or something, maybe a 2R. Let me see, probably a 2R actually. Yeah, you could have done the 2R this high. Oh well, I don't trade pre-market, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I was just watching it anyway, a little tape read. Yeah, so on the daily, we are currently reacting off of a daily gap right here, daily FVG. We also inverse this daily FVG as well. And then my target for this week is this low here, previous month's low with the weekly gap below. So that would definitely be nice if we could hit that. On the 4 hour, we are also rejecting off a 4 hour FVG here, just below this daily. And yeah, I mean, there is a 4 hour here, but I think that this one's most likely going to get ran through just because of the daily, more powerful, you know. And we also hit OTE of this range. So it's another reason to be bearish. Excuse me. Yeah, we also have relative equal lows right here as well. So, and there's not really much in the way of imbalances blocking it, especially if this previous one's low. There's nothing really here. So, yeah, just an hourly gap that we already rejected off of, which already makes it quite weak. So I do think that we will just go straight down. There's literally just this 4 hour in the way. We could get a retracement here during market open, which is what I'm hoping for, but I don't think we will. I think we're just going to get an expansion downwards, to be honest. But what I can do is I can mark out some PD arrays. So we've got an hourly just here. So we do have this new week opening gap here as well. So good reference point if we do come back up here. H1 FVG here, and also H1 FVG up here as well. I don't think, again, I don't think we're going to come back up here. I think we're going to continue downwards. So today, A+ setups only, since a Monday, and yeah, just look at something clean towards our draw, which I think today would just be this low, or if we just sort of blast past it, relative equal lows here. So we'll just mark out this sell side too. I'd love to get an eval where I could just like blindly short, you know, like if I know the draw on liquidity and it's obvious like today. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's why I'll do it on a different account. But just loosen the old throat. We have an hourly FVG here as well, just below. But again, I think it's almost likely just get ran through since it's kind of the only roadblock from the previous month's low here. We could get a reaction off it though. 15-minute. So we do have a CSD here, close below this. Again, it is pre-market though, so I kind of disregard anything that happens in the short-term pre-market just because pre-market, you know. London session's a different story, but when it's pre-market, it's fully microphone. If anyone knows how to tighten this, you probably don't. So annoying. It just flops down. Irritating. Yeah, so 8:30 manipulated by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, it's manipulation. It's kind of just expansion. So maybe we get a manipulation from 930 with an expansion downwards, which is what I'd like to see. I do think this is expansion towards the draw on liquidity. Then we've got to be a little bit careful because we did sweep sell side and tap into this H4. So I know it looks like we're super bearish, but the price can be unpredictable. Excuse me. I'll be back shortly. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There's more. There's more. I can feel it. Jeez. They're still coming. It won't go. Okay, wait. So let's get this this range right here. So we tap DQ there. And it's kind of like this is no, maybe not. Maybe this is. This might be the one. Oh no, there's EQ again. Here potentially. Or here. I think that looks about right, to be honest. Yeah, there we are. Got there in the end. So we have a buy side here. Is this sort of like a low resistance liquidity run? Just above into this H1 gap, so potentially more buy side. And obviously we have more buy side. We'll see what 930 does here. If we do get that manipulation. That's why I'd like to see something that comes up here and then we get a nice IFEG short. That would be ideal. So we'll stay here on the 1 minute for now. How does someone get 69% on my base with 100 sneaky goblins? If anyone plays Clash of Clans, you'll know that's ridiculous. He's still 1.6 million gold off me. He stole all of my resources. They need to just delete sneaky goblins from the game, man. The only troops I ever get attacked by sneaky goblins. Okay, so there's EQ. Obviously diving a little bit deeper into this H4 gap. There is no other sell side, like, until here, so this could just be a free dive, to be honest. I'm getting annoyed by all the, you know, the runs at market open, like, you know, no entry. I do want something here. All right, so that was the market open candle. Maybe we could potentially get some manipulation here. I like this 30-second long. It's just, multiple time frame. I guess the 2 minutes nice. Really any setup here. You could have taken the 30-second, but it's a bit risky because you've got this imbalance just above on the 2 minute and above too. Multiple time frames. If it had closed here, you could have taken it and then just gone break even. And could potentially run all of this. You just tap DQ with this range. I really hope this isn't the move. It just frustrating me how many moves we're missing on market open. I might have to start being less picky with my longs, with my shorts, just because of a closure inside of a gap above. Like, this is a decent momentum candle, you know. It could have taken us 30 seconds here. I know like the closure inside, but maybe with those like your low risk, we can start incorporating that. We gained it a little bit. Sorry if it was blasting anyone's ears. You rewatch this. So what I'm thinking is that because there's no PDRAs here, this is all accumulation, and right now we're running buy stops to hopefully move lower. We've just run the rest of it. I'm hoping that we get some sort of reversal here. We do currently have SMT at the highs. Dude. What I'll quickly do is mark out the high on ES2. ES taps it. If not, we know we have SMT. So right now I'm thinking that potentially I was wrong about the bias. We had 930 open here, so potentially this was the manipulation, and this is the expansion to go higher. I really did think that we were bearish coming off this daily gap here. If we get something, you know, if we get like a retracement and we'll see if we get anything here. I don't think we haven't swept the low yet though, so it's not quite valid. There's no inversion anyway. I think we can safely delete this range and conclude that we were wrong. There is a really nice long setup on ES right now. Like the short. No, I don't really like the wick though. Wait to see what happens here. All right. I'm in longs. Sake. For this high. I'll show you in just a sec. I'm being cautious with my stop though because we've just swept the high. So this is where I entered. Drag it back to the high. Yeah. It's about a 1 to 2R. So yeah, I'm in this. We'll see how it goes. Could always just potentially take off like most of the position and then leave a runner maybe for London high or something. All right, so I've got TP1 right here. And then I also have TP2 at London High. Gotta be careful of this. I know it's quite far away, which is why it's only a small runner. But if we stay bullish, it's doable for a runner. Okay, so there's minor buy side. This is TP1. Some quite nice momentum here. Obviously, we have the new week opening cap here that we're rejecting off of. Should see TP1 hit soon. As long as we don't wick this high. Wait to see if we get it here. We should, to be honest. I don't see why it wouldn't. With the H1 IFG just above 2. Sweet, there's TP1. Good to see finally a winning trade. And then we have our runner that's left for the sky. So yeah, nice little 2-hour trade there. I took off 4 out of 5 micros at that high. So yeah, we'll take that. And then we've obviously got this runner here, just 1 micro, but if it goes full TP, then it's an extra couple $100 in the eval. So which is almost passed, by the way. But yeah, none. We'll definitely take that. Got my runner stop at break even, so. Right, I'll be back shortly. Like our runner might get stopped here at break even. Which is no big deal. I don't expect my runner to overhit anyway. Just to leave it just in case, you know. If this is going to continue going higher, I kind of need it to blast, blast higher. If it just stalls, then we can assume it's not going to do that. So we might start accumulation here, since we already expanded so much. So I'm just going to close my runner, take the extra little bit of profit. If it runs full TP, I'm not too fussed. So we'll just wait to see here just a second if this 30-second proportion OB does anything. Only been held down by this IFEG. It's only a small one, so. Alright, good thing I waited. Or not. Like I said, I kind of need to see this get closed above pretty aggressive. Looks like we're going to start accumulating here. Alright, well I'm going to close my runner there. I'm going to take the extra little bit of profit. If it runs without me, I don't really care. But yeah, man, nice little 2-hour trade there for us. We'll take that. Yeah, so with this trade, there was an SMT here. This is why I took this. That's what made this valid. So a nice little potential M5 IFVG here. We're initially bearish, so obviously we've tapped into this H1 gap above, also an M15. We can remove this SMT. It's not valid anymore. Wait to see what 10 a.m. brings. I'm not really actively looking for another trade. I've already taken my winning trade for today. So obviously, if it's super clean though, I don't mind putting a little bit of my profit into it. There is SMT. You know, I really don't mind taking this for like a, you know, like a low risk short if it closes. And it closed inside, so we're closed below on NQ, we're closed inside on MNQ, and I need both of them to close for it to be valid. It's not a very strong close either, so. Okay, so we have an M15. Right here. H4 rejected heavily off the H4 refugee there. Bro. It's empty. The weird glitch thing threw me off. believe this is an M5 FVG rather than an IFVG because MNQ didn't close below. Like I said, I need both of them to close for it to be valid. So, and this slow climb down is usually accumulation, some sort of low resistance liquidity run being formed. Which does indicate a run higher for me, so. That's some sell side. I'll wait to see if we get EQ with this range. Potential tap. Tap into the consequent encroachment of this M15. Okay, so there's EQ, as well as a consequent encroachment there of this M15. Up it pretty on tick there. Let's see if we get an inversion. Nice M1 here, quite obvious. Wait to see what this does here. Either this is going to manipulate below this low, or it's just going to keep moving lower. we just react off of this, which I doubt. We do cool, but if you were taking this 5-minute short, this would be a valid confirmation entry. A little bit risky though because of the M15 right here. I just took this. I took this on a just like a throwaway eval here. As we already made profit on the the main eval, there's no point in risk for no reason. My draw is all the way down here, 700 points. I don't think we target 700 points. Yeah, no, this is good. This is a good short setup because you already had the M5 IFEG. Yes, it closed on NQ and not MQ, which is why I didn't take that. But then when you get a confirmation entry like this, when price comes up and taps PD array and it gives you a clean, lower time frame entry, it gives you confirmation that that 5-minute entry was good. So we can at least expect it to go a little bit lower. So it could even react off of this, or it could hit the bottom of this M15 and go higher. You don't really know, but obviously you target the next liquidity and then you break even in the next gap / liquidity. So my break even's already going to be, already going to be hit here. So, and again, this is a throwaway eval. So. Alright, well that just got stopped at break even, so again, that's why I took it on a throwaway eval, There's not really any clean singular FEGs here. I mean, this is nice. This M1 here. Only thing is it's quite high, so you kind of had to wait. You'd have to wait for this too. Which if you wanted like higher prices is fine, I guess. I don't really like when there's like a lot of PD arrays above. And again, I've already taken a winning trade today, so I don't really need it. So we'll just be careful here. We are reacting off this 15-minute. This is pretty clean for a re-entry. We're acting off another M1 here, but we'll see. I do like this M1. If we got it, that would be. Just closed inside. So we might still be bearish here. Yeah, I don't mind this 30-second for a re-entry. We're basically in long zones because we hit EQ, and then short zone because my daily draw was originally lower. So we'll wait to see if we get either entry. I think we'll most likely carry on short here, to be honest. And then a little bit choppy here. Accumulation starting. Buy stops or sell stops. Make your decision and check back in 5 minutes. Alright, well, I entered this on a throw eval again. Just a little re-entry. Now I'm being pretty conservative with my position here and stop. I'm watching it quite intently just because obviously we are reacting off a high time frame PD array. And I want to announce it because obviously, you know, it's a riskier trade, hence the throwaway eval play with low risk. But yeah, I mean, there it is. There's your inversion. The reason why I say it's riskier is because you have this M1 right here, and obviously we were accumulating. So, you know, you accumulated buy stops or sell stops. You know, we had two potential zones here: buy and sell. Buy, liquidity, SMT, sell. So, which one do you want? You know. But yeah, well, I mean, we have a 930 wick here as our potential TP. So, and obviously, here's your break even. But if it wants to keep chopping around, you know, fine. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, it's a buy and chop. Couldn't really come higher than this if it is going to. This is going to be another break even. We'll see. Honestly, it should just tank. Like, there's no reason for it to come back up here. Yeah, this should be it now. This should just straight down, to be honest. We've already rebalanced every imbalance here. If we are going to go higher, we're most likely bullish. So I think it doesn't look very bullish, you know. And again, it could run high to take out that accumulation of orders. We will see. We do have like a 30-second inversion here. So this is now a break even, by the way. It's just already been stopped out, so. I'm just watching on a lower time frame. On MNQ specifically. There's a couple of things I like about this for a potential long. Obviously, you have SMT right here, and then the accumulation of orders right here to be a break-even, manipulation, distribution, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So yeah, they should run higher from here, to be honest, since we completely disrespected this inversion and closed above there. Yeah, we should just keep going higher. Second inverses, then it's most likely like I'm just gonna close the charts because this is bollocks, to be honest. When you think price is doing something, it does the opposite over and over again. You're wrong. So like when you can see multiple reasons for price to go higher or go lower, that's when you should get off the charts, really. I'm just watching the lower time frame here, and it's yeah, it's not looking good. Alright guys, well, I'm going to end the stream here. There's no reason for me to continue watching this. So, alright. Catch you later.